Hi guys. Happy Thursday. Give me some likes, some hearts. Let me know if you're here. I decided to come outside. We will see if I regret my decision. But that's why I have crazy fun sloth socks on. It's like that little bit of wind. Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear? Hi Mark, can you hear me, Mark? Does the wind sound too annoying to you guys? Give me likes and hearts. Let's move because it's cold, right? So I want to warm up a bit. So we're gonna start on our mat. Find a place either because you might be inside, you might be outside in a nice warm spot in the sun. Let's hope that you are in the sun. So find a spot on your mat. We're gonna start off just simply taking, I'm gonna put my hood up. We're gonna take a moment. You can sit on a block, sit on the floor, you can sit in child's pose, you can sit however you want. I'm gonna sit with one foot in front of the other shin. I'm gonna stay a little warm because it's my ears that'll get cold. And let's just start off, actually you guys, just rolling those shoulders up and back. And just see how that feels. I'll be warm by the end of this, you know it. So just come forward and back, reach them up, see how the arms feel, maybe come side to side. And just check in. See how your body feels. I hope you guys got outside today. A lot of my day was outside. Bring the arms down, bring the elbows towards the midline, but don't push the ribs out too much. Then I want you to bring the arms up and kind of lean back into a little bit of a cat pose. And then come back forward, bring the elbows back towards the midline, watch the ribs punch in forward. Then reach it back up and find that nice position. Now bring them all the way back down, roll the shoulders up and back or roll them forward, or both. And then let's do a little side to side with our neck. So one side, you can help it a little bit. Bring it back to center, go to the other side. Just find all those nice little stretches that sometimes we forget to do. And just go off what your body feels. So if your body's like, oh, I need a little bit more of this, then just do a couple more side to side. Or maybe you want to come chin to chest and take the hand to the back of the skull and gently pull down. Keeping good posture. And then all the way back up. So let's just take a moment to sit for a second. I'm going to stay warm. Hands can be palms up or palms down. And just find a nice comfortable seat that's nice posture. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Fill up your lungs, exhale out through your mouth and let the shoulders come down from the ears. Let your sit bones press into the floor and let your belly really relax. Gently close your eyes if you haven't already. And I just want you to find 10 really slow inhales and exhales, just checking in with your body, checking in with your breath. Listening to the sound of the wind. And almost trying to make your breath like the wind, where it just flows with a rhythm. And it's calming. Deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. And as you take a few more deep breaths in and out and you notice your body starting to relax, do a little scan from the crown of your head all the way down to the tip of your toes and just notice what's feeling really good, what feels tight, and what areas you need to focus on. So take 3 more breaths, deep and slow, in through the nose, out through the mouth. forward. Exhale, you're gonna open your eyes. So we're gonna come forward into tabletop. We'll see if I get my sweatshirt off or not. We'll see if I get warm enough. So come forward into tabletop. We're gonna do just a little bit of cat-cow, checking in, see how our body is. We'll do a couple sun salutations. Let me know in the comments if you're like, ooh, Holly, we really need to focus on shoulders, or we really need to focus on hips. So find a couple cat-cows. And then I want you to step your hands about a step forward, curl your toes, bring those hips up and back, find that first down dog. So keep those ribs in and up, press those hips back, find the stretch in the hamstrings, bend your knees, gaze goes forward, you're gonna step, hop, jump, float, fingertips to shins, you're gonna lengthen up. Exhale, you're gonna fold. So you're gonna check in here. If you're like, ooh, see what's tight, see how those hamstrings feel. Maybe it's shoulders tonight. Who knows? You guys are going to tell me. So bend your knees, ground into the floor, roll yourself all the way to standing. Gentle little squeeze when you get to the top. No, you can come side to side, go all the way around, go where you want. All right, so we are going to do like 2 sun salutations. In between that, if you are like, ooh, Holly, we really need to do hips, we really need to do shoulders, please tell me. But we're gonna move a little bit first. So arms come up. Exhale, fold it down. Fingertips to shins, lengthen up. Find length from the crown of your head all the way down to the tip of your tail. Plant your hands down, step back, hop back, jump back. High to low. Now you guys know when you come up, you wanna make sure you press through the palm of your hands, bring your ribs in and up, and find length up, not compression of the low back and spine. Bring it all the way down, curl your toes, bring those hips up and back, find that down dog and walk it out. So move, pick up your hands, place them down on the floor, pick up your feet, place them back down on the floor, and just check in. Bend your knees, gaze goes forward, step, hop, jump, float. Fingertips to shins, we're gonna lengthen up. Exhale, we're gonna fold. Bend as much as you need to. Use blocks or books or whatever you got. If you're like, whoa, I can't quite get to the floor, totally okay. Bend your knees, ground into the floor, roll yourself all the way to standing, gentle little squeeze. Go where you want to go. My favorite here. So we're gonna go one more time through. If you got a certain thing you wanna work on tonight, pop something in the comments. Fingertips to shins, lengthen up. Plant your hands down, step back, hop back, jump back. Vinyasa through, so lower all the way down. You could be Sphinx pose, ribs in and up, pressing through the whole forearm. You could be bringing your hands back and pressing through your fingers and bringing those ribs in and up and bringing those shoulders back and down. And press it all the way up to down dog. Walk it out. Then bend your knees, gaze goes forward, step, hop, jump, float. Fingertips to shins, you guys lengthen up. Bring those ribs in and up like you're doing a straight leg deadlift. Exhale and fold. Bend both your knees, ground your feet into the floor, roll all the way to standing, bring it all the way up. Go where you want to go. How are we feeling? Shoulders and back. Little bit of shoulders and back, huh? Okay, we'll see if you can get my sweatshirt off me. Well, then let's bring it all the way back up. Let's exhale, fold it down. Fingertips to shins, we're gonna lengthen up. Plant your hands down, you're gonna step back, hop back, jump back, high to low. Press and find a cobra, so bring those shoulders back. Now we're gonna press it up into a down dog for just a second. And then we're gonna bring our knees down. A little bit of shoulders and back. So we're gonna start in a tabletop, but I'm gonna be a little bit wider than my hips with my knees. We're gonna do a little thread the needle. So take that left hand to the outside of your mat. I want you to keep a nice tabletop in a neutral position. Bring those hips over to the left, find the stretch in the right inner thigh. Bring your hips over to the right, find the stretch in the left inner thigh. Bring that right arm up, keep your ribs in. Exhale, bring that arm, thread it through, back of hand, back of arm, back of shoulder. Find that nice little T-spine stretch. Bring it back up. Connect your breath with your movement. 2 or 3 times into this pose, and then settle into that pose. You can place the side of your head down, ground into the back of that right hand. Find the stretch in the right shoulder, bring the arm up if it feels good to you. If it feels good to externally rotate and bring that hand behind your low back sacrum, or reach for your right quad and open that left shoulder up, then open it up, but try to keep your breathing down. Release that arm, bring it all the way back to the floor, come all the way back to tabletop. Cat-cow a couple times. I'm going to switch sides so you can see me from here. And then we're going to switch sides. So I'm going to take my right hand to the outside of my mat. I'm going to bring my hips a little bit wider. I'm going to bring hips over to my right, find the stretch in my left inner thigh. And then I'm going to bring my hips over to my left, find the stretch in my right inner thigh, raise up my left arm. Thread it all the way through, back of hand, back of arm, back of shoulder. Find that nice position and that nice stretch for you, and then bring it back up. Exhale, thread it through. Connect your breath to your movement. Once you find that position, you're going to ground into the back of your left hand. You're going to bring that right arm up if it feels good, or you're going to leave it right here. I'm going to bring mine up. I'm going to externally rotate, palm out, and then bring it behind my low back. Bring that right shoulder, open that right shoulder up. Reach for my left leg if I can, or just keep it on my low back if that keeps my breathing in a more controlled manner. So deep breath in. Release whenever you're ready. Bring it all the way back down. Come back to center, cat-cow. Now, we're going to come into, this is good for shoulders, kind of like a bridge pose. My tree is like shedding. Kind of like a bridge, well, it is a bridge pose, but we can bring our shoulders underneath us if we want, which is a really nice stretch. So most of us are familiar with this, right? Which is a nice stretch, which will open everything up. Or you could come heels, but you don't want to push out too far. Now, what I'm going to do, when I come up on my whole foot, is I'm gonna try to shimmy my shoulders underneath me and even connect my hands. So what I'm gonna do is lead with my hip, press through my foot and my whole heel, and then I'm gonna bring my hands underneath me. I'm gonna clasp my hands and try to bring my shoulders under here. Now, I don't have to be here. I cannot have my shoulders underneath me if I want to. I wanna open my throat, press through my feet, don't let my knees come in, and really find a stretch in the shoulders. Ground into your hands that are underneath you if that feels good. Like I said, if you can't get here, that's okay. Finding a nice stretch, opening up those shoulders, and then I'm gonna slowly lower down, release my hands, bring my shoulders back out. I'm gonna reach my hands up, and I'm gonna bring them back down to the floor. Just reach up, and bring them back down. So I'm going to bring both my arms out to a T, and I'm going to bring my knees up to a 90 degree. I'm going to fix my pelvis so my back is flat on the mat. And then what I'm going to do is just turn one side, find a nice little stretch, keep my shoulders on the mat, and then come back. If I can't touch, then I'm not going to touch. So I could be here or here. But when I come to the side, I don't want my left shoulder to pop up. So if my left shoulder starts to pop up, I want to not go as far. I just want to find a nice stretch. I'm going to bring it back to center. And then I'm going to reset and come to the side where I can keep my shoulder down. If I'm like, whoa, my shoulder's coming up, I'm going to come up a little further and try to find the stretch. Come back to center. Nice. Now, extend your legs straight in the air, arms are straight in the air, and then you're just going to slowly lower either both legs or one leg all the way down to the mat. You're going to extend your arms all the way up, legs are stretching all the way down, find a nice big stretch. Now, we're gonna rock and roll to a boat pose if you want. So what I'm gonna do is just rock and roll and try to find here or here. And if I wanna rock a few times, I can. I'm gonna scoot back. And then we're gonna come to standing if you can. So I'm gonna roll, crisscross my feet, stand up. Whew, I'm a little warm now. I'll probably put that back on. Okay, let's do eagle pose because it's a great stretch. So I'm gonna bring both my arms up. I'm gonna take my right arm underneath my left and wrap them. My hands might be here, my hands might be here. Depends where your hands might be. Now see how far apart they are? I wanna think shoulders back and bring these down towards my face. So I'm keeping this position. I'm finding a nice stretch in my back, but I'm gonna keep this even when I fall forward. I'm not gonna let my hands come away from my body. So I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna exhale. First, I'm gonna go just wide feet between hip and shoulder. I'm gonna press my hip back and lower to the floor and find the stretch in the hamstrings. But I'm keeping my hands close to me, and then I'm gonna bring it back up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, press that hip back, find a little bend in the knee, keep the elbows and hands close to you. Bring it all the way back up. Release your hands. Maybe you want to go side to side. And then we're going to bring the arms up again. We're going to take left hand underneath right. And then we're going to try to get our hands wherever we need to. We're going to bring our shoulders back and down. We're going to hug our hands into us. So same thing here. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna push our hip back here. We're gonna keep those elbows close. Trust me, we'll come into this balance pose. And then we're gonna come down again. Keep the hands close. Nice, release your hands. Bring the arms all the way up. Find nice posture, so don't push out here. Think about squeezing gently, lengthening your body up. Now, exhale, fold it down. Fingertips to shins, you're gonna lengthen up. Bring the shoulders back and down, ribs in and up. Plant your hands down, step back, hop back, jump back, whatever works, high to low. If you're a little slower, that's totally fine. You just catch up to wherever I'm at. We're gonna do little hips. So we're gonna press our hips up and back, find that down dog. And then our goal is going to be that right foot to my hand. So I'm going to come forward into bear crawl, bring that right knee to my chest, lengthen my right leg high to the sky, check in with my hips. Are they opening up or am I squaring them to my mat? Now come up on the tippy toe of the left, bring that right knee in and up to your chest, to your hands. Train track your feet, lengthen back that left leg, drop the knee. Relax the back foot. If you need a block, you grab a block. And you go right here if you need to lift yourself up. So we want to find that Samson stretch where we want to just gently, and you can even have your hand here to press forward. So I'm going to come forward, and then I'm going to hinge it back, keep my heel where it's at, find that nice stretch in the hamstring. And I'm going to connect my breath to my movement. I'm not going to let my ribs punch to the mat. I'm going to find that nice stretch in that left hip and isolate it. And I'm just going to go back and forth a couple times. I hope you all are having a wonderful week. I'm glad it's getting a little nicer, but I wish it would get just a little bit warmer. Now you guys know where we're going from here because we always need to open our hips just a little bit. I think we've been sitting a lot more than I think we're used to. So what we're going to do is walk our foot right over here like we've done before in the past. I'm going to lengthen out my back leg. So I'm going to come up on those toes quick, lengthen back my toes a little bit, drop the knee and the back foot. I'm going to brace with my left hand. My right knee and right foot are not going to go open to the side. I'm going to keep everything where it should be. And I'm going to bring my arm to 90 degrees. We're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower. Do not push the knee out just to get the elbow to the floor. Inhale, you come up. You connect your breath. to your movement. If you can get all the way to the floor with the elbow and you want to open up that hip, then you walk the right foot about a step or two in and then ride the outer arch of that right foot and open the knee up, and that will open up the left hip and the right hip. Now, I like to sometimes come down to here. I like to twist, but I'm very mindful about finding length throughout my entire body and finding good body position before I twist. So if you haven't gone into a pose before, you want to make sure that you go into something like this kind of slow. And just see how your body reacts to it and see how your body feels. And if your breathing starts to get up there, then you really want to focus on your breath and making sure you're in a good body position. All right, so I'm going to bring this leg back here. I'm going to hinge back my left hip. I'm going to find a stretch in my right hamstring. And then I'm going to bring my leg back. I'm going to hip circle it. I might kick it up here, but be mindful of my ribs. And then guys, we're gonna come up and we're gonna go to 45 on this one. So I'm gonna take my right leg and I'm gonna come out at a 45 degree. I'm gonna make sure that I'm on the heel. Now I'm gonna look down at my left knee, and I don't want it directly under my hip. I want it between my hip and shoulder. I wanna use my back left toes to stabilize. We're gonna isolate a stretch in the inner right thigh. So I'm gonna keep my ribs in and up. I'm gonna use a block or whatever I got. I'm gonna take a deep breath. On my exhale, I'm going to press back in to that right inner thigh and press my left hip back towards my left heel. And I'm going to find the edge of that stretch, and then I'm going to inhale and come out of that stretch. I'm going to exhale, press it back. And you come in and out of this pose however it feels good to you. And you're just trying to find the edge of that the stretch in the inner right thigh, maybe even all the way down to the back of the knee. Nice. Bring it back forward. Hip circle once or twice if you need to. Curl your toes, bring your hips up and back, find your down dog. Walk it out. Bend your knees, gaze goes forward, step, hop, jump, float. Fingertips to shins lengthen up. Exhale and fold. Check in from your right side to your left. Then bend your knees, ground into the floor. Roll all the way to standing. Go where you want. My sweatshirt's going back on for the other side because I'm a little chilly. That's okay. I almost wore a hat out here, but I thought you guys would think I was crazy. Okay, top of your mat. Bring the arms up. Exhale, fold it down. Fingertips to shins, lengthen up, including your head and neck. Find a line from the top of your head all the way to the crown, all the way down your spine. Plant your hands down, step back, hop back, jump back. High to low. Find an up dog, a cobra, whatever feels good to your body. And then press it up into a down dog. So we're bringing that left foot towards our hands, however you want to get it there. Now bring it up to a three-legged dog. Check your hips. Come up on the tippy toe of your right. Bring that left knee in and up to your chest, to your hands. So same thing here. I'm going to train track my feet. I'm going to take my block. I'm going to lower down my right knee and the back foot. So now I'm going to make sure I have good body position. And if I want, I can bring my hands here and find a little, really trying to isolate that stretch in that right hip and using my hands to lengthen out in front of my left knee. And then and I'm keeping myself nice and tall. So when I'm ready, I'm gonna lengthen back, keep my left heel right where it's at, hinge back my right hip, find the stretch in the left hamstring. And then connect my breath to my movement. Now when you're ready, then we just ease it all the way where we're gonna walk that left foot to the edge of our mat. I'm gonna bring my left hand to the inside. I'm gonna come up on my right toes and I'm gonna shimmy back my toes so I have a nice deep stretch. And then I'm gonna lower down my right knee and relax my right foot. I'm gonna come 90 degrees with my left hand. I'm not gonna push out my foot or my knee to get that left elbow to the floor. I'm gonna connect my breath with my movement. So I'm gonna take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, bring it up. Might take 2 or 3 breaths. Wherever your body's at, just meet it where it is at. Find the edge of those stretches and connect your breath to that movement. If you can get to the floor and you're ready to move and you want to do this stretch, then you're going to take that left foot, you're going to walk it in about half a step. You're going to ride the outer arch of that left foot and open up that left hip. So you can take a block if you want and put it underneath to support that right hip a little bit more. It helps to keep it up and to open this left hip so you're not pressing too far down with your pelvis and overextending your back and having low back pain. So it just really is up to you, and there's a lot of different ways that you can modify to get into this pose. Some people are fine with that there and want to come down to here. That's totally fine too. So just find what feels good to your body. Deep breath in through your nose. And then when you're ready, you're going to bring it back up. You're going to ease back into that right hip. I'm going to find that stretch in that left hamstring. So put my block to the side. And then I'm going to bring that leg back, and we're going to do 45 degrees on this side. So I'm going to bring my left foot up, heels up, about 45 degrees. And then what I'm going to do is make sure that my right hip is not directly, or my right knee is not directly under my right hip. And then I'm going to stabilize with my back right toes. So right now I'm forward. I'll come this way so you guys can see me this way. So right now I'm in a position here where I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to keep my ribs in and up. On my exhale, I'm going to press back and find that stretch in the inner left thigh and keep my right hip back towards my right heel. And then inhale, I'm going to bring it back forward. Exhale, I'm going to press it back. Now if you have a deep stretch, sometimes this goes all the way behind the knee. You can also, when you come back up, when you exhale, point your toe, and you get a different little stretch or a deeper stretch. But you connect your body to your movement on this. And then when you're ready, you're going to bring that leg back underneath you. You're going to hip circle if it feels good. Do whatever feels the best. Check in with those hips. Cat-cow a couple times. Then curl your toes. Bring your hips up and back. Find that down dog. Bend your knees. Look at your hands. Step, hop, jump, float. Fingertips to shins. Lengthen it up. Keep those ribs in and up. It's like a straight leg deadlift. Exhale and fold. Check in. Maybe you're grabbing the back of your calves now. Maybe you're still bending. That's okay too. Then ground into your feet. Roll all the way to standing. Gentle little squeeze. Go where you want to go. Okay. What time is it? It's 8. Okay, I'm ready for a balance pose. Are you guys ready for a balance pose? I think we're gonna do, actually I know what we're gonna do. There's 2 balance poses I wanna do. Okay, since we did eagle hands at the beginning, I wanna do eagle where we wrap the legs with it. So, if I'm gonna put my right hand underneath, because let me show you this first and then we'll walk into it. I'm gonna put my right hand underneath. I'm gonna remember all those things and I'm gonna keep this here. I'm gonna ground into my right foot. Or no, yes. I always screw that one up. So I'm gonna think about grounding into my right foot, squeezing my butt, keeping my ribs in, keeping my hands close, bringing up my left leg and bringing it over top of my knee. Now I might bring it here, I might wrap it, I might be able to get here. Now if I can get here, I want to keep my balance, or I could kickstand it with my left toe and then bring it down into a low position here. Now I might just have the toe up and not have the left foot wrapped around my right calf, and just finding a nice position here and trying to ground into my big toe, pinky toe, center of my heel. And holding that for as long as I can, maybe bringing it back up, releasing the foot, releasing the hand, shake it out. Okay, we're gonna do the other side. It's getting a little dark out here. I don't have an outdoor fireplace. I have a fire pit, but I have no wood because we used it all inside. Okay, so now we're gonna take left hand underneath right. Yep, did that right. Wherever your hands can go, bring those shoulders back and down. Fingertips are gonna be in front of you. We're gonna balance on that left foot. So think big toe, pinky toe, center of your heel. Find that even weight and balance. Keep those hands close, raise up the right leg. Goes above the left knee, like you're sitting cross-legged. It could stay here and you could be here. Think about grounding into that foot, big toe, grounded into the floor. Or you might be wrapped behind the calf, if you can get there, and then lowering down. Wherever works for you, but keep the elbows close, try to get into a little ball. And then when you're ready, you're gonna come up, you're gonna release. So bring the arms all the way up. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Fingertips to shins, lengthen up. Plant your hands down, step back, hop back, jump back. Go high to low. Find an up dog, a cobra, whatever feels good. Curl your toes, bring your hips up and back, find your down dog. Bend your knees, gaze goes forward, step, hop, jump, float. Fingertips to shins, lengthen up. Exhale and fold. Check in, see how you feel. And then we're gonna come fingertips to shins again, lengthen up. Plant your hands down, step back, hop back, jump back, high to low. Fingertip, or press yourself back up to down dog. Meet me there. Then bend your knees, gaze goes forward, step, hop, jump, float. Fingertips to shins, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Then bend your knees, ground into the floor, roll yourself all the way up to standing. And go where you want to go. It's like, woo, a little chilly, kind of chilly. Okay, we're gonna do another balance pose because I love balance poses. And we might go 45 minutes tonight just because I think I'm gonna lose my light. Okay, we're gonna do half moon. And it's been a while since we've done half moon. So I'm gonna show you guys like the easiest way to get into half moon, and or if you have two blocks, it makes it even easier. Okay, so half moon, I'll show you what it full on looks like, but I'm gonna show you how to get into it in an easier way. So half moon looks like this. Now, give this its full expression and I'll show you how to get into it. If you were, so I'm gonna slowly look up at the camera. Okay, so this makes it a lot harder. Gazing at the floor makes it easier. Now what you also want to think is my hip is open up to you guys right now. And I don't want to fall backwards, right? So I don't want to do that. So I'm going to teach you how to get into this pose where you're not going to fall. Use a wall. That's the best way to do it. I can't show you my wall that I have over here. But you could use a wall where you can, I've had many of you do that, where that way you get used to where your hips should be. But a way to do this, to know, is starting here. Maybe with blocks, maybe with your hands, right? And coming here. I like blocks because I'm short. We all know that, right? Yeah. Okay, so I have my hips facing towards the ground and I have my foot, my right foot in between my two blocks or be in between your hands. Now what I'm going to do first is I'm going to position my weight to go into my right hand, and I'm going to open up my right hip, but I'm also going to flex back my back toe. I want you to see that. So I don't want my toe pointed. I want my toe flexed. So I'm gonna press into this side, lengthen out this leg, and my gaze is gonna stay on the ground. And I'm gonna come here. You're trying to make a line with your body. Now the second you look your head up, you can't do it fast or you're gonna fall. So how you come out of this is you just bring that, either that leg comes behind you or you turn your hips back squared to the floor and come back here. Now there's fun ways that you can get in and out of this, so shake it out, practice it, and then try it again. There's fun ways when you hit this pose that you can actually do fun little kind of come back in. So I'll show you. So what I'm gonna do is I know my block's gonna be right there. I know I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna balance, and you can switch legs. I'm gonna do my right again because I'm gonna do my left twice. So I'm gonna find this position first. I'm gonna bring my left leg behind me bent because I'm gonna lower down and reach for my block. Now I'm gonna lock out my right leg. I'm gonna flex my left toe. I'm gonna ground into my left leg. And I'm gonna bring that arm up. Now something cool that you can do is you can bring this left leg back down, all the way down like you're in a little ball, and then lengthen and roll your body back into this position. It's hard, and it's like you bend your left arm, bring it down to you, bend your left knee, bring it into your right, press through your hand, lengthen up, and roll into that position. Or you can simply be here and then lower back down. We're going to switch sides. So if you've done both sides, you're going to switch and do both sides again. Whew! It's a little chilly out here. I got to keep moving around. My doggy's out here. Pancakes! Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. He is launching to me. Come here, buddy. Come here. Quick, I got to do a balance pose. Come here. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, he's going to do balance poses with us, or he's going to knock me down. You're going to sit right there while I do a balance pose? All right, guys, I'm switching sides. You got to get my dog right in the middle of my pose. So I'm going to balance on my left. He's all good. And I'm going to think about finding my balance on my left. We'll see if my dog knocks me down. I'm going to come down to my block. I'm going to flex my toe. No, he's just going to move. I'm going to open that left hip, keeping that right hip. I'm going to flex that toe towards me. My gaze might not be to you guys. My hips are open to you. My hand is high in the air. If I want, I'm going to bring that right elbow down into my chest, bend my right knee, bring it towards my left, and then press through my left leg, open up like a blossoming half moon. And make it a little harder. And press. Woo, try not to lose your balance. Bring it all the way down. We're going to do that side one more time. My crazy doggy. I'm getting warm. I'm warm and cold and warm and cold. It goes back and forth. So we're going to do the other side. I hope we're feeling good. What time is it? Ooh, it's 8:08. Okay, other side. So, or I want you to do both sides twice. So I'm going to do one more time on this side. My block is just slightly angled. So if I was here, I'll do it this way. My block is just slightly angled in front of me to here. And then I'm going to open up that right hip, flex my right foot, open up my hand. Find that half moon. If you need to be against a wall, be against a wall. If you want to bend the elbow, bend the knee, bring them into you. Lengthen. Bring it back down and lengthen. If you want, press into that block or press that hand into that floor. And then release. Whoo, that warms you up real quick. Push that to the side. Bring the arms all the way up, you guys. Exhale, fold it down. Fingertips to shins, lengthen up. Plant your hands, step back, hop back, jump back, high to low. My mat's now covered in dog hair. Bring the shoulders back and down. Press your hips up and back, find that down dog. Then bend your knees, gaze goes forward, step, hop, jump, float. Fingertips to shins, lengthen up. Exhale and fold. Bend both your knees, ground into the floor, roll all the way to standing. Go where you want, tell me how you feel. I think we're gonna do a little pigeon. I got some people riding scooters. Hopefully we're feeling good. Whoo, I'm cold, kinda. That's why I got my sloth socks on. I was wearing pizza, tacos, and hot dogs last night, but we ate tacos last night too, because it was Taco Tuesday on Tuesday. Woo! All right, guys, let's bring it all the way up. We're gonna find a pigeon. So if you need to go on your back, I'll get you there. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Check in, see how you're feeling. Probably really loosey-goosey. And then fingertips to shins, lengthen up. Plant your hands down, step back, hop back, jump back, high to low. Find what feels good. That might be here, that might be here. Just think about coming in and up with your ribs and bringing your shoulders back and down. Meet me in down dog. Now we're gonna come into pigeon, but we're gonna bring our right knee in between our hands, keeping our ribs in and up. More of a plank position. Lengthen that leg high to the sky, square your hips. Bring your right knee back in towards in between your hands. Lengthen it back high to the sky. Now bring your right knee to your left wrist or elbow. Bring it all the way back. Now bring your right knee to your right wrist and then slide back the left. Find a nice pigeon pose. So maybe you're here. Maybe you need to be on your back because this is not your jam. Totally cool too. So I want you to just find a position where you can feel really good in this pose. If you can come all the way down where you can relax your hands and arms and you don't have to balance on your elbows, that's totally cool. If you want to bring your head to a block, you can do that as well. So whatever feels good to you. I just want you to think about finding 5 to 10 breaths on this side, where you can just take a deep breath in and either a deep breath out through your nose or through your mouth. But let's try to go in and out through our nose if we can. Now on your next exhale, you're gonna rise up. Now if you want, this is optional. You can either just come back to down dog and switch sides. I don't know who's in class because I didn't look. But if Julie's in here or anybody else watches this later and has been working on this, I want you to try to get to this. So if you can, otherwise just switch sides. I'm gonna go fingertips in my right, fingertips, hip, and my back foot all at the same time are all gonna lengthen up and find that nice king pigeon. I'm gonna reach back, maybe I touch my finger, maybe I bring this into the crook of my elbow, maybe I bring my ankle towards me and get both of my hands back here, and then use the resistance of my hands and my leg and find almost like a couch stretch from here, but I'm lengthening my body up. This is optional. We work on this. If you're in class, you will know that's one we work on. Now find your down dog again, walk it out. Now we're gonna bring our left knee in towards our chest. And then I'm gonna lengthen my left leg high to the sky. I'm gonna bring my left knee in between my hands again, keeping my ribs in, lengthening up. I'm gonna bring my right knee towards my left knee towards my right wrist, keeping my ribs in and up, lengthen back up. And then I'm gonna bring my left knee to my left wrist, slide it back into pigeon. So we're finding this position. We're gonna lower ourselves down. We're gonna find about 8 to 10 breaths. So deep breath in through your nose, exhale out through your mouth. or your nose, either or. On your next exhale, you're gonna rise up. Now remember, this is optional. You can always go to a child's pose instead. So I'm gonna take my left hand to the inside of my left knee. I'm gonna think fingertips of my left, hips come up, and my back leg comes up all at the same time. So I'm finding length up, almost like I had a string pulling from a cloud, but there's no clouds, all the way up. So I'm gonna reach back. I might touch here, I might bring it in here, I might just go here, but I'm gonna try to bring both my hands back to my ankle, and then I'm gonna lengthen shoulders back and lengthen up. And when I'm ready, I'm gonna release. I'm gonna ease back my leg. I'm gonna find my down dog. I'm gonna bend my knees. Gaze is gonna go forward. Step, hop, jump, float. Fingertips to shins, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Check in. Bend your knees, ground into the floor, roll yourself all the way to standing, gentle little squeeze. Go where you want to go. Whew, I think we're gonna end about 5 minutes early. How do you feel? Tell me how you feel, and this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna come down to our mat. And we're gonna come down to our mat. So hopefully you're in a nice warm spot. If not, then you just make sure if you're outside that you have a little blanket, okay? So what I want us to do is just come all the way down to your mat. This is gonna be a short little one. We're gonna end a few minutes early tonight. Okay, what I want us to first do is I want you to bring up, extend your left leg straight, bring your right up at 90. Take your left hand to the outside of your right knee and get yourself in a good body position on the floor. I'm gonna bring my right hand out for balance. Just gently gonna guide my left knee across, but I'm gonna keep both my shoulders on the mat. I'm then gonna turn and look at my right hand. Palm up of the right hand. And before I bring that leg back up, I'm gonna bring my head to center. I'm gonna bring my right leg back up. I might hug that into my chest or open it in towards my armpit, holding on to my knee and my ankle. Then I might roll my ankle, release my right leg down, bring up my left. So same thing here. I'm gonna go set a good body position, 90 degrees, take my right hand to my outside of my left knee. I'm gonna bring my left hand out, palm up. I'm gonna gently guide this across. I'm gonna try to keep my shoulders on the mat, and then I'm gonna gaze over at my left hand and find a nice stretch. Then I'm gonna bring my head back to center. I'm gonna bring my leg back to center, and then I'm gonna hug that knee into my chest first. And then I'm gonna support my knee and support my ankle and bring that knee towards my armpit. Keeping my shoulders back and down, finding that nice stretch. Releasing, rolling my ankle. And then I'm gonna lower myself all the way down. So you might feel comfortable here. You might feel comfortable in a child's pose here. Whatever's the most comfortable for you. I just want you to find a space where you can just simply lay, relaxing every part of your body and closing down your eyes. So take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. And just let every little bit of stress, tension, anything that's inside of you that doesn't serve you, that doesn't need to be there, just allow all of that to let go. And allow yourself to feel comfortable in your body, feel comfortable in your mind, and feel light, like you don't have a worry in the world. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. And relax your toes, your feet, your ankles. Let your knees sink down to the floor a little bit. Let your hips relax even more. And then bring your attention to your breath. Notice the rise and fall of your breath. Notice where your breath is. It's most likely more down into your belly, a lot more relaxed. You don't even have to think about sending your breath to your belly. It's just naturally going there from all the movement and the breath we did in class. Take a deep breath into your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. And let your shoulders come down from your ears. Release your jaw. Relax all the muscles in your face, even those lines that we get in our forehead. And just allow your body to completely release. Take a deep breath into your nose. Find 8 slow, deep breaths in and out. And on that 8th breath, you'll turn to your side. So start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And if you haven't turned to your side yet, turn to your right or your left side, your choice. And then using the arm you're not using as a pillow, use that arm to push yourself all the way back up to seated. So we ended a few minutes early just because I'm a little chilly. And it's getting dark, so I'm lucky I have my light out here. But I hope you guys feel good in the shoulders, feel good in the hips, and just overall your body feels a little bit more relaxed, a little less sore maybe. Happy if it got a little bit of movement today. If that was your only movement today, that's okay. I'm all about just moving every day and doing a little bit of something, okay? So find something that works for you. If you need more stretching, I will be back here on Sunday. Hopefully it's nice out. I haven't checked the weather yet. Otherwise, I'll be inside. So I hope you guys feel good. Let me know how you feel in the comments. And as I end every class, bring our hands to heart center. The light and teacher in me honors the light and teacher in each and every one of you. Namaste. I miss you guys so much. I can't wait to be back. And let me know how you feel in the comments, and I'll see you on Sunday. Bye, guys.